Have you ever experienced a connection with someone so deep, so profound, that it felt as though the universe had conspired to bring you together? A bond that transcended reason, timing, and even space itself, pulling you back to one another, no matter the distance or the circumstances. The idea of destined love, of two souls inevitably finding their way back to each other, is not just a romantic notion, but a deep truth that lies within the fabric of our being. It is the force of the unconscious, the guiding hand of synchronicity, and the rhythm of the universe that leads two souls on a journey that is as transformative as it is inevitable. The unconscious connection between two individuals is one of the most profound and mysterious aspects of human relationships. Beneath the surface of conscious awareness lies a deep hidden realm of the psyche, where forces beyond logic operate. In this unseen dimension, relationships are not merely shaped by external circumstances, but by the silent undercurrents of the unconscious mind. It is in this realm that souls recognize each other, forming bonds that transcend space and time, often without the individuals themselves fully understanding why they feel an inexplicable draw toward one another. When two people form a deep connection, it is not just their thoughts or emotions that are at play, but also their unconscious energies. These energies communicate in ways that defy rational explanation, forming an invisible link that persists even in separation. This connection is not merely a product of shared experiences or common interests, but something more primal, something that resonates at the core of their being. Even when they are apart, they may find themselves thinking of each other, feeling each other's presence, or experiencing dreams and visions that seem to bridge the physical distance between them. This phenomenon is not coincidental, but rather an indication of a deep unconscious bond that continues to influence their lives. The unconscious is a vast and enigmatic realm, holding not only personal memories, but also archetypal patterns that shape human experience. These archetypes, universal symbols and motifs ingrained within the psyche, guide human relationships in ways that are often beyond conscious comprehension. The connection between two souls may be influenced by such archetypal forces, making their reunion feel fated rather than accidental. This is why certain relationships carry a sense of inevitability, as if they were destined to occur, regardless of the obstacles that may arise. The unconscious acts as a bridge, ensuring that two souls who are meant to be together will always remain connected on a deeper level, even if their conscious minds try to resist it. This connection is not always immediately recognized on a surface level. Sometimes individuals may meet and feel an unexplainable familiarity, a strange sense that they have known each other before. This is often because their unconscious minds recognize each other long before their rational minds can make sense of it. Such recognition can manifest in subtle ways, through an instant comfort in each other's presence, a deep emotional response that seems disproportionate to the situation, or an intuitive knowing that defies all logic. This unconscious recognition is what binds souls together, making them feel inseparable, even when external circumstances dictate otherwise. Even when life forces two individuals apart, the unconscious connection between them does not simply vanish. It continues to exist beneath the surface, subtly influencing their thoughts, emotions, and even life choices. They may find themselves drawn to places, people, or situations that remind them of each other. The unconscious mind works in mysterious ways, sending signs and synchronicities that nudge them toward one another, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. It is as if an invisible thread keeps pulling them together, ensuring that their paths will cross again when the time is right. This connection can also manifest through dreams, where the unconscious mind is free to communicate without the barriers of logic or rationality. Many individuals report dreaming of someone they have been separated from, feeling their presence in a way that is so vivid it seems real. Such dreams often carry messages, revealing emotions that have been buried or unresolved aspects of the relationship. The unconscious does not forget, it preserves the bond between two souls, waiting for the right moment to bring them back together when they are ready. Synchronicity is one of the most mysterious yet meaningful forces that guide human relationships, shaping encounters and reunions in ways that seem far beyond coincidence. It is the concept that certain events align in a way that carries deep personal significance, even though they may not have any apparent causal connection. This phenomenon often manifests in relationships, particularly when two souls are deeply connected. Even if life separates them, synchronicity acts as an invisible hand, orchestrating events that bring them back together at just the right moment. It is as if the universe recognizes their connection and intervenes, ensuring that their paths cross again when the time is right. Many people have experienced moments where they unexpectedly run into someone they had been thinking about, receive a message from a person they had lost contact with just when they were reminiscing about them, or encounter reminders of a past connection in ways that feel too precise to be mere chance. These moments often seem trivial on the surface, but they carry a profound sense of meaning that cannot be ignored. When two souls are truly meant to be in each other's lives, the universe finds ways to send signs, creating patterns of events that seem to defy logic. These moments of synchronicity serve as gentle nudges, reminding individuals of a bond that still exists beneath the surface of their daily reality. This alignment of meaningful coincidences does not operate according to human logic or timing. Instead, it functions in its own rhythm, often when least expected. One of the reasons for this is that relationships, especially those with deep unconscious connections, require growth and transformation before reunion can happen in a way that is meaningful and lasting. Sometimes, separation is necessary for both individuals to evolve on their own paths, but synchronicity ensures that they remain connected in ways they may not even realize. As they navigate their separate journeys, the universe leaves subtle markers, drawing them toward a reunion that will happen at the perfect time when they have reached the right stage of awareness and readiness. Dreams, symbols, and repeated patterns in daily life often act as carriers of synchronicity, revealing messages from the unconscious. An individual might repeatedly encounter a particular song that reminds them of someone from their past, or they may keep seeing a specific number, name, or location that holds significance. These recurring signs are not mere coincidences. They are the unconscious mind's way of signaling that there is something unresolved, something still active within the deeper layers of the psyche. The more these patterns appear, the more they urge the individual to pay attention to the underlying message they carry. In some cases, synchronicity brings people together, not just once, but multiple times, as if testing whether they are ready to recognize and embrace their connection fully. Each encounter serves as an opportunity for deeper understanding, for facing unresolved emotions, or for realizing the true nature of their bond. This cyclical nature of meetings and separations can be seen as part of a larger, unconscious process that guides two souls toward their ultimate reunion. Even when external circumstances make it seem impossible, synchronicity continues to work in the background, ensuring that if two souls are truly destined for each other, they will always be drawn back together, no matter how much time or distance has passed. Individuation and growth play a crucial role in the journey of two souls who are deeply connected. Often, relationships that are truly meant to be do not follow a straight or linear path. They require separation, self-discovery, and transformation before they can reach their fullest potential. Individuation, a process of becoming one's true self, is at the heart of this journey. It is through individuation that each person must develop their own identity, independent of external influences, so that when they reunite, they do so as whole and complete beings, rather than as fragmented parts, seeking completion in another. Many relationships, particularly those that feel destined, begin with an intense connection. This deep bond can make individuals feel as though they have found a missing part of themselves. However, this perception is often a projection of the unconscious, where one sees in the other the aspects of themselves that they have yet to fully integrate. In the initial stages, there may be an overwhelming sense of familiarity, a feeling of being drawn together by an unseen force, yet at the same time, challenges may arise that force them apart. This separation is not a failure, rather it is a necessary stage in their personal evolution. Without the space to grow individually, the connection may remain incomplete, filled with unhealed wounds and unresolved internal conflicts. During the period of separation, each person is given the opportunity to embark on a journey of self-discovery. This journey is not about forgetting or moving on from the connection, but rather about developing a stronger sense of self. It is in solitude that one learns to face their fears, embrace their strengths, and understand their true nature beyond the identity they held within the relationship. This stage of growth allows them to refine their inner world, to understand their own desires, wounds, and patterns, and ultimately to evolve into a more mature version of themselves. Without this process, reunion may occur prematurely before both individuals are truly ready to support and uplift one another in a meaningful way. In many cases, individuation involves confronting one's shadow, the hidden aspects of the self that often go unacknowledged. The presence of another soul who reflects these hidden aspects can be both illuminating and unsettling. It is easy to romanticize a deep connection, but true love requires the willingness to see and accept the entirety of another person, including the parts of them that challenge or even trigger discomfort. The separation period allows for shadow work, a process in which each individual must integrate their darker aspects rather than projecting them onto the other. When this work is done sincerely, it brings a new level of self-awareness and emotional intelligence that strengthens the bond between the two souls. Time apart does not weaken a destined connection, rather it refines it. As both individuals undergo personal growth, they develop a deeper understanding of themselves and their purpose. They learn that love is not about dependence or completion, but about complementing each other's journey. When the time is right, they will find that they no longer need to force the reunion. It will happen naturally as a result of their personal evolution. They will meet again not as two halves seeking wholeness, but as two complete beings ready to embrace a connection that is rooted in mutual understanding, respect, and spiritual alignment. The shadow and integration play a fundamental role in the process of reunion between two souls who are deeply connected. The concept of the shadow refers to the unconscious parts of the psyche that a person represses, denies, or remains unaware of. These aspects include fears, insecurities, unresolved traumas, and traits that an individual does not accept within themselves. Often when two souls meet and form an intense connection, their shadows are also brought to the surface, forcing them to confront parts of themselves that they may have ignored or suppressed. This confrontation can be uncomfortable and in many cases leads to separation, as both individuals may struggle to handle the intensity of what is being reflected back to them. When two people feel a deep bond, they often see in the other person qualities that they admire or long for. However, at the same time they may also see aspects of themselves that they reject. This is because relationships act as mirrors, reflecting both the light and the darkness that exist within each person. If one partner struggles with self-worth, they may unconsciously project feelings of inadequacy onto the other. If another carries deep-seated fears of abandonment, they may react to the connection by pushing the other person away before they themselves can be left. These reactions are not necessarily conscious choices but manifestations of the unresolved aspects of their psyche. In many cases, separation occurs because neither individual is fully ready to face their shadow. The love may be strong, but without personal integration, the relationship becomes unstable. Conflicts arise not because of a lack of love, but because of the inability to fully accept and integrate the deeper hidden aspects of the self. The relationship becomes a battlefield between what is known and what is buried within the unconscious. This is why some of the most intense connections can also be the most challenging, because they force both individuals to come face to face with parts of themselves they may not yet be prepared to acknowledge. The process of integration requires deep inner work, self-awareness, and a willingness to embrace the totality of one's being. Instead of suppressing or rejecting the darker aspects of the self, true growth comes from accepting them, understanding their origins, and transforming them into sources of wisdom. This process cannot be forced, nor can it be bypassed. Each person must take responsibility for their own healing and work through their internal struggles independently. Attempting to reunite before this work is done often leads to repeated cycles of separation and reunion, as the same unresolved issues will continue to emerge. When two souls are truly meant to be together, they will find their way back only when they have successfully integrated their shadows and reached a place of inner balance. At this stage, they no longer see the other person as someone responsible for their happiness or fulfillment, but as an equal partner in their journey. The connection transforms from one of dependency to one of deep, conscious love. They recognize that true intimacy is not about perfection, but about embracing both the strengths and weaknesses of themselves and their partner. Only through this level of self-acceptance can the relationship thrive in a way that is stable, fulfilling, and deeply harmonious. The eternal archetype of love exists within the human psyche as a force that transcends time, space, and individual experiences. It is not merely a personal feeling or emotion, but a fundamental structure of the unconscious mind, shaping relationships in ways that feel fated or destined. Archetypes are universal patterns of human experience that exist in the collective unconscious, influencing the way individuals perceive and engage in relationships. Love, in its truest form, is one of these primordial forces, an eternal concept that repeats itself across different eras, cultures, and even lifetimes. It is why certain relationships feel inexplicably familiar, as if they have existed long before the present moment and will continue beyond it. This archetype of love often manifests in the form of deep connections that defy logic or explanation. Two individuals may meet and experience an instant sense of recognition, as if they have known each other before. This is not a mere illusion, but an expression of the timeless nature of love, a reminder that the bond between certain souls has existed beyond the confines of their current identities. Such connections are not random, but part of a greater pattern that operates beneath the surface of ordinary reality. These experiences often lead to a profound sense of belonging, a feeling that one has found something that was always meant to be. The archetype of love is also closely tied to the idea of the soulmate or twin soul, a concept that appears in various myths, spiritual traditions, and psychological frameworks. In many ancient stories, love is depicted as a reunion of two halves that were once separated, a longing for wholeness that drives individuals to seek their counterpart. While this idea should not be taken literally, it reflects a deep psychological truth. Certain relationships awaken something within a person that feels deeply essential to their existence. This does not mean that love is about completion, but rather that some connections serve as catalysts for profound inner transformation. They awaken hidden aspects of the self, bringing to light desires, fears, and truths that were previously unrecognized. This archetypal love is not limited to one lifetime or one relationship. Instead, it is a force that carries itself across time, reappearing in different forms and different people. Some connections may be brief, but leave an impact that lasts forever, while others may return in cycles, reuniting at different stages of life or even across different lifetimes. This idea explains why some people feel a strong, unbreakable bond even after years of separation, as if an invisible thread continues to connect them. The love that exists between them is not just a personal experience, but part of a larger cosmic design that continues to unfold. Because love is an archetype, it follows patterns that go beyond the conscious mind. It manifests through symbols, dreams, and synchronicities, guiding individuals toward experiences that shape their understanding of what love truly is. Even when separation occurs, the essence of the bond remains, influencing the choices and paths of those involved. If two souls are truly meant to be together, their love will not fade but will evolve, taking on new forms until the right time for reunion arrives. This is the nature of the eternal archetype of love. It is not bound by circumstances, but exists as an ever-present force, shaping human lives in profound and often mysterious ways. The right timing plays a crucial role in the reunion of two souls who are truly destined to be together. Human beings often desire immediate answers and outcomes, wanting relationships to unfold according to their personal timelines. However, deeper connections do not operate according to the linear concept of time that the conscious mind perceives. Instead, they unfold according to a greater, unseen rhythm, one that aligns with the growth, readiness, and transformation of both individuals. This divine timing cannot be controlled or forced. It happens when both souls have reached the level of understanding and maturity necessary to sustain their connection in a meaningful and lasting way. Often, when two people feel an intense connection but are separated by circumstances, there is a tendency to fight against time, to resist the separation, or to force a reunion before it is naturally meant to occur. This resistance stems from a fear of loss, a belief that if action is not taken immediately, the connection may fade or disappear. But what is truly meant to be does not need to be chased or manipulated. It will come together when both individuals are internally prepared for it. If they attempt to reconnect before they have individually grown into the people they are meant to become, they may find themselves repeating past patterns, facing the same unresolved conflicts, and ultimately parting ways once again. Life has a way of guiding people toward the lessons they need to learn before they can fully embrace a deep and lasting connection. Sometimes, separation is necessary so that each person can experience individual challenges, relationships, and personal transformations that shape them into the best version of themselves. They may need to develop independence, heal past wounds, or gain a new perspective on love and self-worth. These experiences are not obstacles to their destined reunion. Rather, they are preparations for it. The time apart is not empty or meaningless. It is filled with growth, healing, and the accumulation of wisdom that will make the eventual reunion even stronger. The signs of right timing are often subtle but unmistakable. When two souls are truly ready, they will find themselves in alignment, not only emotionally but also in terms of life circumstances. They may notice synchronicities leading them back together, an effortless flow in their reconnection, and a sense of peace rather than desperation. Unlike past encounters that may have been marked by conflict or unresolved emotions, this time there will be clarity, maturity, and a deep sense of knowing that the reunion is not forced but natural. In the waiting period, patience and trust become essential. Rather than trying to control or predict when and how the reunion will occur, The focus should be on personal growth and self-realization, trusting that the universe, or the deeper workings of the psyche, knows the perfect time allows for a sense of peace rather than anxiety. It is in this trust that true love proves itself, not in immediate gratification, but in the understanding that real connections do not fade, they evolve. The right moment for reunion is not determined by human impatience, but by the readiness of the souls involved. When the time is right, everything will fall into place effortlessly, and the connection will return with a depth and stability that could not have been achieved before. In the end, the journey of two souls destined to be together is not one of mere chance or external circumstances, but a deeper spiritual journey that unfolds over time. It is a process of growth, self-discovery, and integration, where both individuals must embrace their own evolution before they can fully unite in harmony. Their bond, shaped by the unconscious and influenced by synchronicity, exists beyond the realm of logic, following the eternal rhythm of divine timing. As they grow, heal, and integrate the many layers of their being, their love will not fade but transform, awaiting the perfect moment for reunion. This is not a love that can be forced or rushed, but a love that will find its way back when both souls are ready to embrace it in its fullest, most authentic form. And so, the connection between them, shaped by unseen forces and guided by timeless love, will always return, no matter the obstacles, no matter the distance, because true love, destined love, always finds its way back.